Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and sub if you're serious about the digital asset space, and let's get right into it today, one take and uncut. As we can see here, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, announces a $50 billion program or aid today, Wednesday, March 4th, 2020, for the CV word. I don't want to say that because that is the naughty word to get yourself banned from YouTube for some reason. But again, just wanted to share that. And again, the new IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva rather than Miss Christine Lagarde. All right, and now Christine Lagarde is the ECB, or the president of the European Central Bank. All right, let's get into it today. King Solomon, XRP_OWL. So we have SmartStream, and then this additional group, Luxoft Global Alliance, to help FIs, financial institutions, digitally transform post-trade life cycles. Now again, SmartStream equals RippleNet. Quick search helped his ignorance. Proof of concept success. As soon as customers want to go live, we will do it. So if we take a look at these screenshots right here, we see strategic advisor, cash and liquidity management, of course. Every time I see any type of, head of, global liquidity or liquidity management or markets, it makes me think of, Miguel Valles, Catherine Coley, etc. Now this gentleman, Nadim Shamim, I'm sorry if I butcher that, of SmartStream Technologies. Right here highlighted, Nadim says, we have already integrated with Ripple. If you're making payments through a Ripple platform or trade finance through Ripple platform or any blockchain platform that has an impact on the accounts, whether they are cryptocurrency accounts or whether they are a bank account. As we can see here. So absolutely, it's been straightforward and we are ready for it. We've done a proof of concept, POC, which was successful. As soon as our customers want to put that in live, we will do it. Love it, guys. Easy rollout. All right, and then right here, again, the original article, just sharing this. But essentially, guys, just wanted to emphasize that when they're ready, they can go. Simple as flipping a switch. That's why that metaphor is so common and so popular. And keep in mind, guys, I know, Love for Crypto originally came about. I know Digital Asset Investor talks a lot about it. Those articles shared by NTT Data Everest and just showing that 2020, just like Ripple says, the year of the digital asset, showing, replacing the correspondent banking network. We're showing IOP connecting to the XRP ledger, connected to, all of the different, verticals, honestly. Now, they want to say 2020 to 2025 will be the year, but they want 2020 to be the year where XRP is the standard. So you best believe that I do expect to see some very, very big things this year, not only in typical developments, because we've had the most bullish news the past few years ever, but the price has not budged. We are waiting. So for me, I'm starting to believe that rather than, going up slow and steady, we're going to see a few big bumps, and it's not really going to give the everyday people, retail investors, time to buy. So for those that buy low and they simply just hold and are patient for the long game, I think those are the ones that will reap the most rewards. Now, don't get me wrong. I do swing trade. I, coin hop between projects occasionally. I have a bag of certain cryptocurrencies I will never, ever touch. Everything else can be fun money. I can switch between it. Sure, I'll try to, catch a trade on Link or Tezos or, VeChain, wherever the volatility is, and wherever that lies, or even just switch it to a stable coin. And then if the market drops, kind of, improve my position by 5% or so. Yes, but at the same time, you cannot guarantee that. So I have forever holdings and highly recommend that many people do the same. This is not financial advice. This is one man's opinion. Please do your own research and do what is right for you. All right, next up, so XRP Crypto Wolf, an interview article about Ripple was published today at NAR. This is Nikkei Asian Review. All right, so again, they have, well over almost 200K followers. Pretty interesting. Just a quick overview again to more people, talking about the Ripple overview, talking about the IOV, Internet of Value, talking about international remittances and cross-border payments, activities for the ecosystem development, talking about the Spring Dev team, of course, the $500 million investments backing them. Also talking about the $50 million investment or an initiative for UBRI. This is the University Blockchain Research Initiative. It originated with about 17 very high-level, prestigious universities around the world to support the workforce of the future for all blockchain. And then, of course, talking about RippleNet features, especially on-demand liquidity, ODL, which exclusively uses XRP. And as you can see, the name is pretty self-explanatory. And it's obviously, no point in me reading it, but I just wanted to share that. All right, next up. So guys, we have to pay attention to these macro trends here. So watch. So central banks. So is this article right by businesstimes.com. I mean, I can go through it if you guys would like, but essentially Crypto Wolf always summarizes it nicely. I talk to him regularly. Really hardworking individual, and I appreciate all he's done for this community day in, day out, regardless of the market sentiment. So central banks will ask world leaders to back a roadmap for cutting the cost of cross-border payments. The roadmap will look at costs, sticking points, and risks in payments and pinpoint how the public and private sectors can tackle them together. And again, they need Ripple, the company, and XRP. And as we can hear, whether it's the IMF, the BIS, or any other bank for that matter, they talk about working together with both the private and public sector. All right? Remember, Ripple, the private sector. All right, talking about this, talking about the, the Basel, of course, requirements. I was going through this earlier, talking a little bit about Facebook's Libra, which I found to be interesting. To be honest, I kind of see it as white noise, but it is interesting nonetheless. It could absolutely be a potential threat in the future to other cryptocurrencies, but for now, I mean, it's just a little too much speculation. Granted, that is all we can do with a speculative investment, whether it is stocks, cryptocurrencies, or precious metals. You have to speculate for a speculative investment. All right. And again, BIS, group of G20 leaders to get behind this plan. It's all being drawn up by regulators. When they tell us this, I believe that they're kind of a little further ahead. But hey, that's me just trying to read between the lines. Keyword trying. All right, next up, central banks around the world are investigating digital currency prototypes. No surprise, we know that, various countries have already developed a CBDC, whether it's, of course, the Swedish e-krona that is running on R3's blockchain as well. And now right here, if the results are shared, it could help determine which design and technology are most optimal for a central bank digital currency and how and whether they should be rolled out to the public. All right, for public usage. Is this just a benefit that for the private sector, they can reap the rewards domestically and have a little better, perhaps interoperability and speed? Or is this something that they do want to roll out to the public? It's my belief. I might sound absolutely crazy, but I think a lot of people can share this sentiment to an extent. We're going to be in a digital world. I don't know if fiat will be gone instantly, by no means. I mean, it'll still be there. Of course, we need something physical to transact. But with a digital currency, there's just more control for the world. Whether, world governments can just control, whether it's crime, if you're disobeying or not paying taxes or, anything, they can kind of control the ledger altogether, especially if it's centralized. Now, that is a very, very serious concern, but that is just where I see it happening. I think, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, whatever it may be, how far, we are going to live in a digital world. I mean, arguably, we already do. You're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on Pinterest, reading email, sending pictures, watching sports, getting updates, trading. Guys, we already live in virtual reality. We're just on our phones. We're glued to our TVs. We're glued to our computers. When you're driving to when you're probably in your car, you're most likely checking your phone occasionally, or you're switching songs on Spotify. Like, just open your mind. We are already living in a VR type of landscape. All right. Next, King Solomon sharing this. So the ECB, a European central bank, a common safe asset, financial stability, and integration in the banking union. They've been talking about this nonstop for a few weeks now. Things that make you go, So again, websites right off the ECB sharing this. But I basically just want to go through the highlighted information. So again, desirable features of a common safe asset. They're working in tandem to create something like this and kind of looking at the benefits behind this. So the third would not rely on fiscal integration, but instead suggest the establishment of financial intermediaries to issue a common safe asset backed by a diversified portfolio of Euro area sovereign debt. Now, I'm not saying this is in any way related to XRP or the XRP ledger, but I'm talking about just, a common safe asset. I'm talking about assets. I'm talking about currencies, things that regardless will be electronic and digital in some manner that have to be transacted, talking about DLT, talking about potentially blockchain, and then the send value. You do typically need a cryptocurrency to do so. And of course, a cryptocurrency can have, a various amount of use cases behind that, but it's interesting to see, one of the actual central banks of the world discussing. All right, and then right here, so we have shared by XRP_Stewart. This will be the last thing I'm showing you today, but pay close attention. We've talked about them in the past, the NBF, the National Bank of Fujairah, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. They're utilizing the benefits of RippleNet. So now there was just a recent press release on March 2nd of 2020. Keep in mind, NBF, I'm going to call them that, or Fujairah, they actually joined RippleNet September 23rd, 2019. I also remember making a video about it. And again, everything today was planned yesterday. I like that. And Stuart, I mean, honestly, I don't think you're far off whatsoever. I think you're one of the top-notch researchers in this community. As we can see here, breaking news, a new bank is now confirmed. So this was September 2019. As we can see, MBF is utilizing the benefits of RippleNet to provide frictionless experience for sending and receiving money globally, and is working with other banks to implement Ripple in 2019 with regards to digital banking applications and services, guys. All right, NBF will be among the first national banks to go live with Emirates Digital Wallet. So there's just so much information. As we can see, March 20th of the 2nd just released again, talking about the National Bank of Fujairah partnering with Ripple for cross-border money transfers. Just getting it out there, simply priming the masses. As we can see here, the partnership is part of a wider initiative to apply latest technologies to the bank's operations. So don't be surprised to see more banks now in this region start to join onto RippleNet, or if they haven't already, because most likely many have. I know we saw that release of Ripple having 450 customers plus rather than just plus 300. Not sure if that is accurate or not, so I don't want to just talk about it like it's fact by any means, but do not be surprised. As we can see, when they penetrate Southeast Asia, when they penetrate markets of Africa, when they penetrate various banks throughout Latin America, you can see that others follow suit quickly, and they want to develop this type of interoperability. They roll out a plan, regulations follow quickly after, and then we can see those liquidity pools begin to develop. The market makers are incentivized, and then we have an ecosystem where there is sufficient liquidity where XRP will truly be king. And remember, the number one liquid asset, and at least in the cryptocurrency space, I would just say the most liquid assets, not the number one, because there's not going to be one winner. There's going to be multiple winners. So I truly hope whatever projects you're investing in, they do well, but do your due diligence and hedge your bet always with some very, very reliable projects. Am I bullish on other projects besides XRP? 100%. But long term, I'm most bullish on XRP because of the simple use case. I know some people say, oh, well, this is going to 1000x, in the next 2 years because, this altcoin is here and there. Yeah, absolutely. Good luck. I do not want to put the majority of my wealth in that. But again, I kind of make fun of someone that will have 90% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and then the rest in altcoins. Whereas perhaps I'm a little more bullish towards XRP. I might do, 80% XRP and then 20% alts, or, 50% XRP and then the other 50% are alts. So, you know what? There's a method to my madness, and I guess there is to everybody else's, and maybe I'm just a little judgmental, kind of doing some introspection here. There's no right, and the only thing that is proven right is what is right for you in your situation. Time will prove all. So personally, you guys want to critique, others, or, attack other communities, that is fine. I'm not really, looking for negative opinions, because time will silence all. Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, whether you're right, whether you're wrong, we will see. All I'm saying is the digital asset space as a whole will succeed and thrive in the near future. With that, guys, I appreciate it as always. Thank you for all of the new members that have joined the channel. Again, right next to the subscribe button. Thank you for all those that liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.